Wow, it's July of 2025, and there's Sweetwater content still being made? Isn't that crazy? So welcome back to this. I haven't recorded something in, 2 months, I think. I didn't go to check, but I think it's 2 months. It could be approaching 3. But I'm back because I found a new form of rejuvenation to want to make content, which was, I just felt it. For a while I didn't, because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but also I didn't want to become stuck in, making exclusively Minecraft content. But that's kind of where I put myself, and hopefully soon I can change that with something else. But I just didn't really feel like making videos. And so I didn't. I was like, it's not like many people follow me anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But we're back. I have a couple in mind. I'm going to hopefully bang out one more video after this, and maybe a second video. So ideally I can do 2 today, maybe 3. One of them should be really short, but today we're looking at 2 projects. One is Ducktown, and I unfortunately forgot the name of the other one, but I'm sure there will be a sign there when we get there. I guess Ducktown, Duck Sanctuary. So this was a town that was built by Nogs and Cool Duck, which I always mix up Nogs' name with in Borderlands 3 they rechanged the name of the midgets to be Nogs, which was a choice that frankly sounds like it might be more offensive. But, we won't say much about that. But they made this a couple months ago, back when we were working on Chunktown, which is now on indefinite hiatus. And it's become probably one of the most notable towns or sanctuaries, exclusively the only sanctuary, but we'll just say one of the most notable towns on the map. And we start off with my house and the beautiful duck that lies atop. And you'll notice there's a lot of ducks, hence the name. I didn't really plan how I was going to go through this. I just started recording. Isn't that fun? It's a slime farm. It's not done yet. I don't even know if it works. I mean, it works, but not very well. This is the defunct's giant duck house, which apparently has a lot of mushrooms in it, which is not something I remember, but this reminds me of all those memes from 2010 of giant ducks, to Epic Duck is here. Unfortunately, I think most of the users on here might be too young to know what that is. But, if you're a Dunk Sanctuary builder, perhaps you know a bit more about these classic memes. I have not seen this. This is new. Seems it still might be under construction. I've heard there's a whole thing across the river over here. I don't think we're gonna look at that yet, but there is a pretty nice boat over here. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'll talk a bit more about other stuff. I don't want to be an exclusively Minecraft channel, and I also admittedly don't ever expect to gain any form of notoriety. In some way I'm doing these videos to remember Sweetwater in the event that if the server ever closes, there's a decent amount of videos to what is the word? To show that the server was a thing that existed and for people to look back on. Which is part of the reason I feel like maybe I should make quiet versions of these videos where I don't talk and I just walk through towns. But I think Scooter might be doing something like that. I think he did a video on Buenodopolis. Duck wide. There's some funny ducks here. And there's also Link pixel art. Is this duck fat? He's just body positive. Okay, well. Whoops. So I want to post more content that's not Minecraft related, is the point. And I plan to. I have some stuff in mind. It is still gaming content. Mostly, there's some non-gaming content I would be interested in making, but that is probably pretty far off. That is a cute house. Also, Scooter, if you ever watch this video, real sorry I didn't say anything. I'm just doing. I don't think the Duck Castle ever got finished. We'll have to go up there and see. We'll head this way and go around, because that way will eventually lead us to where we need to go next. A lot of these houses I don't think have owners or claims of ownership. They're just like things they built to make the town feel more alive. And some of these are new. I don't remember. I mean, this was probably always here. But not all of it was. That building is... I don't know if it's new, but it's at least new to me. The house port. This is the, like, Pope Francis memorial, but the sign is gone. And pretty funnily, I actually don't know if they made this ironically or not. I have no idea. Doing other stuff right now. And also he needs approval from someone. Yeah, he needs to be, like, approved by, like, someone. I don't know what the process for that is anymore. But I don't think you're just going to be able to join Buenordopolis, unfortunately. And I know Onk hasn't been on God knows how long, so I don't really know what the process of joining Buenordopolis is anymore. Onk's floating tree. Speaking of him, you know, Spare Sugarcane Farm. The wheat farm is also really nice. I only used it once, though. Ooh, a mushroom? I wonder who built that. Oh my god, no. It's spreading. Ah, we know who built that. Does this go... This is like a back route. I won't take that way. I have no idea. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. I'm guessing that's a cave, and I'm not going in the cave. The dome room. Yeah, something of a dome. Dear Papa Chuck, please don't shoot, please. Okay. I don't know what the, a Papa Chuck is. I think I asked what it was, and they said... they didn't tell me, so I'm gonna assume it's like a Gen Alpha, like, Zoomer skibbity toilet type thing. And, admittedly, I don't think I care. Also, the like, dirt spire I gifted. Oh, this is cute. I didn't know this was a thing. Sweetwater Steve loves ducks. He's blinged the fuck out. He got that bling bling boy energy. We'll go this way first, I think. Duck Sanctuary, made by Nox and Cool Duck 7211, looking for members, and you can see who all the members are. People we like are added to the garden, to the Love Garden, which I walked past. Oops. There's a lot of names in here. I would love to, like, talk to him, but I can't really do much talking right now. Durr. We'll look at the house. Durr. Tuster is fun. I'll at least say that. Dur joined this server one time, and he built this house. I added the pumpkins, because I thought maybe he'd come back on. I added these flowers, and then he never came back on. I think it was a young kid, probably from Russia or Brazil, because we do get a lot of, like, young kids from Russia and Brazil on the server, and he never came back. But that's all good. We do miss Dur, though. Dur, if you ever learn to speak English, and you also happen to find this video, feel free to come back. Cafe Exotic Dance Club. Son of a bitch. I also like how they have this kind of, like... this feels like when you're at the church and there's the stand up front that the pastor stands behind, but there's also, like, a duck giving off its goods. Or showing off its goods, perhaps, instead. Is this a random wild dog? I think so. No, it is someone's dog. I don't know who that is. We'll go in there in a minute. 2042 Road. Where does that go? Oh man, I have no idea where that goes. That's also like a new development in my mind. Anyways, we have a school here. No chewing gum, no getting freaky, no loud noises. Stand for the pledge of the skibidi toilet thing. You can stand here and you can teach the young ducklings of society valuable lessons, like, I don't really know what valuable lessons they teach you in American public school, admittedly. It's not very good. I guess they teach you to, like, be afraid of, I don't know. Listen, they have a public school and a public education system. That's pretty good. It's the only town on the server to have that. So we should be thankful that our duck overlords give us something. Right? I'll just put that there. This was like the flower room or something, but it's supposed to have like an entry. It got sealed off for some reason, but it's gay. I think it's, I don't know what kind of gay it is. I think, who had a funeral here for like a dog? The gardener? We all came for the funeral. I have no idea whose dog died. I want to say it was probably like, oh, well, it was Cool Ducks. Still planting seeds in our heart. Marin Jr. Gardner. Oh, he had a kid! That's so sad! His kid will grow up fatherless. That's what they teach you in America! How to grow up without a father. Isn't that sad? Oh. They've got the lard duck here. That's what happens when you drink too much Soylent. I'm sorry, is this a... I didn't know they had built a little roller coaster here. That's fun. I can't really turn my camera to, like, keep up with what's happening when we get to here, because then it gets stuck a little, but... That's cute. That's new. What happens if you stand in front of it? Does it get stopped? Oh. They're off. How do they power the rails if they're off? I don't really get it. That is such a bizarre thing. Where's the boy's box? Inbox. There's nothing in it. I don't know where that goes. Whoa, you know what I am missing? There's supposed to be a deep pit somewhere. I don't know where that is. Oh wait, this might be it. I don't think that's it. I think this is a new pit. I don't really know what's going on down there, but it scares me a little. If you fell in there, there'd be no way of getting out. And you'd just be lost to time. We're back at the not fat, but the body positive duck. Don't want to be offensive. These ducks are cute, like glowstone sand, and oh, they have like little hats on them. That's fun. The sand duck, the spooky duck, the glow goose. I don't think a goose is a duck. Just my idea. I want to see, isn't it back near... I think it's back near Town Square, I thought. Unless is this built on the deep room? Huh. Ooh, we're gonna make a pit stop back this way, actually, because I did miss something. Anyways, how about that Elden Ring Night Rain? That's been the cool thing to play. Actually, that's been one of the reasons I admittedly haven't made a video on the server in a while, is because I think I put like 70 hours into that game since it came out, which kind of took over my life for a couple days or like a week or two, but it was totally worth it. I had a ton of fun with it. I know some people were... I guess this might be... I don't know what this is supposed to be, but... I know some people were maybe a bit more conflicted on it because it was like primarily a multiplayer game and they wanted to play it single player, and I know some people were like, wow, I can't play this multiplayer game single player, I'm going to give it a negative Steam review. And it's like, well, I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think it's particularly hard to make friends. And, you know, you could certainly try to make friends. I think that you would find it a positive experience on your life to make friends. No, we beat the game, and we've been kind of working through the Everdark bosses they've been adding. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a tree house. These aren't gonna grow. They're gonna have to, like... I don't know what they're gonna do with that. This is, I think, new. I don't remember this being here. New to me is the best way to put it. Sorry, I yawned. Honestly could have killed me, but it didn't, thankfully. I think that's technically deep enough it could have. Trapdoor tree. They're building a bunch of, like, weird things over here, and that's what I like most about Ducktown, is it's a lot of weird things. And I like weird things when they're built. Like, you could just build a house or a castle, or you could build the trapdoor tree. That's pretty cool, I can't lie. It has no point, and I think that's beautiful. Anyways, we're gonna approach Duck Castle, or Nog's Castle, or whatever it's been called. I don't know what it's been called yet, but whatever it's called, I definitely think it's Duck Castle. It's a fucking loud spider. Anyways, here's, like, a front. I don't like it when they lag. It's scary. Last time I was here, it was pretty far from done. I think the biggest problem is, like, interior decoration isn't done, which... I don't like interior decoration in this game. It's one of my least favorite things to do. Admittedly, partially because I'm not good at it, but... I usually just ask someone to do it for me, or I half-ass it, and I consider it good enough. Maybe Flash would do this if they ask, since I know Flash likes interior decoration. But Because it also take a really long time to, like, go through and do all of this, I think. There's a beautiful bridge, and also I think this is broken. I have a lot of netherrack. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be like this. Because they didn't want to block the window? Or it's just not finished. That might also just be it. That's kind of a nice view in between both of the like towers down to the thing. I didn't point it out, but there's also the giant duck like tower. That's a good view. This also just doesn't look done. Also, I feel like this is pretty prone to mob spawning, so I'm gonna do them a favor so when they come here things aren't spawned, but you can feel free to tear it down. Yeah, this part's just definitely not finished is all. I don't know if you saw me. There's a really long, like, hall here. I can get on top of the buildings from here, at least. I think that might be all that Duck Castle has for now. Arctic Monkey fans, it's you. I've never listened to Arctic Monkeys, but I know they exist. And that is the best I can give them, because I don't know if I've ever heard a song. They made an album called Car or something. Or maybe that was someone else that came out like last year. Last year being 2024, if you watch this at any time that's not 2025. Yeah, they've done stuff. I think the last time I was here, they didn't have this, like, this overpass, and they didn't, I mean, those towers still need to be finished, but they're making progress. I think they needed a lot of stone as well, was part of it, and they didn't have enough stone to finish the project at the time. Oh my god, I love screen tearing. Smooth in this, what is the fuck? I have no idea what that does. Is VSync not an option? Am I dumb? Maybe I'm missing it? Or VSync just isn't an option. That's sad. I can see screen tearing. It's not terrible, like, that it needs to be fixed immediately, but it definitely is, you know. It's not great to look at. But I kind of forget that, like, these early versions of Minecraft had absolutely no settings besides, like, you know, how nice the trees looked and how bright it was and whether the lighting was bad or not as bad. I don't know if we went in here. But I will sleep in order to skip the night so we can go to our next item on the bucket list for this video, which we'll walk towards. Oh wait, hold on. We have to go to the little section they have across the lake. I almost forgot about that. Which would have been unfortunate, but then I would have made Sweetwater part 10, I think we're on, or 9, I don't know. X.5. X being whatever number video we're on, because I don't remember. This is like meant to be a crime bay, I think, but not associated with the crime bay near Sheepville. I'm not going for that. It's gone. Like, it's my fault for landing on it, but boats in this version kind of suck. So I don't know what else I would have done. We'll just kind of pick up from over here, I guess. So the first time I saw this, I think I don't know if they've really changed much, but the first time I saw this was like a few months ago. These like weird kind of houses with a ton of corners. I know someone who's building one of those in a like modern Minecraft server I'm in, and it is such a peculiar design. Not bad, it's just very interesting to look at. That goes... I think it might just connect to another town or path. So I'm not going to bother walking it. Maybe I'll look after to see if I missed something, and then, well, we'll see what happens. Nobody flashes happy house. See, that's what I was saying. This guy can decorate. He can do interiors. Ooh. I just saw my screen tear really bad walking across that. Oh, on the bottom of my screen, it's terrible. I hope that's not super obvious in the video. It might be. It looks really bad. This has an image, but I like that blue. It looks really nice as a ceiling. Or not even a ceiling, like a roof. I think that's like... it's like a I guess that's like a dark turquoise. But, you know, a dark blue like that is really nice. Say Blue. We're gonna do a video on his town. That's one of the places I plan to go. Isn't that awesome? He's built a ton. Like, he's been on the server for 4 months or something like that, but he has built so much stuff in that time. I went over there for the first time recently because I'd always seen him on, and I was like, I wonder what he's up to. And I'm surprised there's no boat, or not, there's no boat on this boat. I'm surprised there's no duck on this boat. But he had been on it for so long, and I was really wondering, like, what he was up to. And I went over there for the first time pretty recently, and he's done, like, spectacular work building a town. I don't think anyone lives there. I think he's just built, like, a whole... I say a town. It's multiple towns. He's built multiple towns. Conveniently, there's a path back here, so I don't have to make a boat. But he's built multiple towns and, like, castles, and it's super impressive. I had no idea he was up to that. I had seen him on Blue Map once or twice, and I was like, okay, he's working on something. But I never really zoomed out to, like, see the whole picture. The whole picture is insane. Arctic Monkeys jump scare once again. I always kind of associate Arctic Monkeys with, like, the Strokes, because I'm pretty sure the Strokes and Arctic Monkeys hit their peak popularity around the same time, which was, like, the early 2000s into, like, the, like, mid-2000s. Well, I guess the Strokes did it earlier, because Is This It came out in, like, 1998 or something. Maybe it came out in 2000, I don't actually remember. But, I kind of associate them with being, like, popular in the same time period, so I think of Arctic Monkeys, and I just think of the Strokes, which is a band that I mostly like. I like some of their stuff. I forgot the name of all their albums, but there's two of them, I think, Angles and Come Down Machine, that I think kind of totally suck, and also the album that came before that kind of sucked, but it wasn't as bad. It was, like, First Something to Earth, or some sort of name like that. But yeah, in my mind, those two bands are just permanently associated with each other. I just associate bands with one another anyways, because, you know, I think of, like, Modest Mouse, and I also think of them of, like, Built to Spill, or Pavement, or, like, other bands that were pretty popular in, like, that same era of time. I guess Pixies came a little before they did, so it's hard to add them onto it, but I do kind of associate Pixies at least a little with that time period. Which, oh my god, I just got a Discord notification, which means my phone's gonna vibrate. That means my phone might vibrate right next to the microphone. It'll be really loud. I gotta fix that, and I did. Anyways, we're going there. I don't remember what that building is called. Or what that, I say building. Not what that build is called. That's cool. Sweetwater Steve. We become what we behold. We shape our tools, and thereafter our tools shape us. You know, Socrates or something. I don't even know where you get in at. How thick is the wall? It is pretty thick. Oh, there is a house out here, which I'm guessing was associated with this. Local quarry. Big site for big-ass Japanese castle. Construction housing. It's a sad house. There's no TV. How am I supposed to watch my... I don't really want to embrace the Gen Z humor anymore. I say Gen Z, the Gen Alpha humor. I almost said, like, where's my skibbity toilet? And then I realized that was a fucking stupid thing to say. And I just didn't. Like, it wasn't funny. Huh. We did walk by this when I did the video walking from Era Home to Cantershire, but this was not finished even remotely. I think it existed and that was about it. Lake Town 27, Celia Town. 300-ish away. I think it's a little more than 300. I don't really know how you get in here. I might be on the wrong side, though. I assume it would have been along the path. Perhaps I need to go back. Or... can I just maybe do like a... I hope this doesn't kill me. That's interesting. I don't want to be here. This was not my intended... this was not the intended definition. Or destination. Is it Earth Rock Castle? That's new. Also, you might be seeing a lot of warps we didn't go to. I don't think they're all meant to be publicly available, which is why we didn't. Indeed, that is where we go to enter. Is there... I don't think there's... I guess there's just not a way to enter normally. Maybe there is. I definitely could have missed it. Where do we start? Start over here, I guess. Walk along the wall, perhaps. I've never been here, just to, like, preface. I've known it's existed, but I just never came here because I was like, yeah, I'll do a video on it at some point. I might as well just come here for the first time then. This looks like it needs water. Manturo, you might be watching. It needs water. It looks so sad without water. Oh, but it's a fucking dragon. That's cool. That's a lot of mossy cobblestone. Holy hell. There's also a lot of natural terrain here, which is nice, but that is cool. His head on like an obsidian altar. That's neat. Thank you, Blue. Using crafting tables for floor patterns is nice. I never think about doing it. Actually, I think I did it one time. Oh, he's got lava in his mouth. That's fun. Can we get up there from over there? No, we may have to go find a way in. Yin yang symbol. Oh. Is this like an intended thing? I guess so. That's scary. I'm also really scared there's a big ass pit there that's like that. This is like a sand garden, or maybe where you would see people do some sumo wrestling, perhaps. Oh, man, that's big. Okay, I think mob spawns are turned off here, thankfully. The wall just goes around. We won't look at the whole wall, because that would take a hot minute to walk around. And ideally, if I can keep this video under like 50 minutes, that's great, because I want to keep like a 40-minute average for this series. Or less, if needed. How do I get down there, though? Sorry, I yawned. Over here, perhaps, or we drop. Now there was, yeah, maybe somewhere over there we can get in and go down. If not, I'll drop. I have a little bit of food I can eat to not die. That might be a spot as well. I feel like some of these breaks just weren't like intended, but I have no idea if they were or not. He created cobblestone. I feel like that was probably intended to like be there. So I'm just gonna leave it. It doesn't say that anyone just... Oh, there's no way to even get over there. There's no thing that says like it was destroyed by something, which is why I would think it was intended. That kills. This gets me in, actually. Fucking yikes. Wow, the entire underside is like is covered over. It is dark in those woods and kind of creepy. Oh, if you played this with like, I don't know why it went to like the highest option like that. That'd be kind of strange. Even just walking through here with fog on high is kind of strange. It feels like a bizarre space we're not supposed to be in. But we need to go further down. And, kind of works. Oh my god, I got skins back. For a while, I couldn't get skins on here, and I didn't know why. And I did eventually get them back. I've concluded that it was a weird bug, and the most obvious solution to fix it, which everyone told me to do... Oh man, brightnesses. Ooh. The most obvious solution that everyone said to fix it did not work. I had to, but I did end up fixing it. I can't. I think we're above ground. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that was how your solution didn't work. I did end up fixing it. Incidentally, I had played on Modern Beta, which is another server, one time, and I wanted to get back on because I had, like, started building a house in someone's town that I never finished, like, months ago, and I went to join, and it was, like, bad login. But I couldn't get back on the server no matter what I did, so I just deleted all of the text there, and something just worked, and I could start using skins again. So I don't know if, like, the Modern Beta command or, like, join settings options were, like, you know, somehow breaking it. At least that's the way in. It's strange. I mean, we can just... Yeah, it's strange to walk through this. I never really noticed that when you're in, like, the light, the fog becomes, like, closer to a white, or, like, a light gray, and then the dark, it gets a darker gray. That's pretty cool. Aren't they? I think they're adding, like, fog that naturally occurs during rainstorms in the next Minecraft update, which is neat. I like the way... I mean, I've been pretty critical of Mojang in the past, but I think part of it's just, like, when they take a year to put out, like, one update, it doesn't feel good. But when they take, you know, a year to put out 4 smaller updates, or 3 smaller updates, it feels a lot better. It feels like that's a better, like, content drip. This should be, like, a pretty good thumbnail. What's the button to... I mean, I hit print screen. The issue is it's going to take a picture of my second monitor. But maybe we can work it out. Maybe if I just stand here for long enough, there's a chance that, you know, it'll happen. Or maybe I can... I wonder if this is going to break. I'll have to do it after, because this could break my recording. Well, conveniently, I actually think this is where we're going to cut it, because I think I've seen most of what's here and most of what's at Ducktown. If I've missed anything, I mean, I'm not a hard person to reach out to. You can notice, like, there's the deep room in Ducktown, but I don't know where that is. We didn't stumble across it. I thought it was pretty easy to find, and admittedly it probably is. And again, I'm always down to do, like, correction videos, or, like, 0.5 type videos, where I just go through and I correct things I've done wrong, or, like, stuff that's too small to, like, want to make an entire video out of. But for now, I think we're just going to stop here, and I can get going on that next video, which should only take... That video might not even be 15 minutes. Might not even be 15 minutes. It'll be really short, but it should be good. But until that video comes out, which for you guys will probably be several days from now, as of this release, and for me, 10 minutes. Yeah, keep it sweet.